Alright, I've been playing a bunch of this game recently. I don't typically talk about a lot of single player games on here, but I love this game so goddamn much, despite some of the crap with it, like the microtransactions and fucking, the performance could be kind of meh, even though, I have a really good PC. I should be getting a lot better than 67 FPS. I'm not even on high settings, I don't have ray tracing on. I mean, it's gotten a little bit better, and it's definitely playable. I've never been able to not play this game like my friend has. Like his floor on the game is straight up like invisible and glitched out, and there's like models and textures missing and shit. And we tried, so I helped him, and we tried so fucking hard to fix it, and it just wouldn't work. I mean, at least I could play the goddamn thing. I'm happy with that. Okay, that's perfectly fine. At least I could goddamn play it. But the game's fucking incredible. But there's two things in particular that I think this game does so fucking well. And one of them, I'm gonna get this one out of the way first, is the fast travel system. Is fucking amazing in this game, dude. I cannot stress how fucking incredible they do fast travel in this game. So a huge issue with a lot of games out there is that you could just fast travel wherever the fuck you want. They like litter fast travel places everywhere, and yeah, you can make the argument, just don't fast travel. You can go and walk and stuff. But for me, I don't mind fast traveling. It's just incredibly unimmersive in like every game that I fucking play. When you fast travel, it just is like you just teleport somewhere completely randomly, and it's like, what the fuck? This is not an immersive way to travel throughout the world. It just kind of breaks immersion. To me, immersion is a very important thing in a video game. And I love the way they do it. So basically, and I have a bunch of rift crystals. I'll talk about that in a minute. Um, basically, they have these items here, fairy stones, and they're pretty limited throughout the game. You can go and you can buy them from a vendor for 10,000 gold or whatever, which isn't really that much. And they kind of, the vendor reset happens every like 48 hours in game, I think. Not in real life, in game. And you could buy them again. So generally, I try and buy these whenever I'm at like any sort of shop that would carry them. Generally, these general good suppliers will carry them. But yeah, they're pretty limited in the game, right? So it gives that feeling of, okay, I want to fast travel to a place where it feels like it matters. I don't want to just fast travel willy-nilly. But that doesn't mean you have to walk everywhere. No, there is another fast travel system in the game, that being right here, actually, the oxycarts. Or is it oxycart or oxcart? I'm just gonna call it oxcart. I kind of forget what the fuck it was even called. I think it's oxcart. That's my bad. But basically, if you've ever played Skyrim and you've played the carriage mod, and this is basically the exact same thing. I'm not sure if they had this in the first Dragon's Dogma because I never played it, but I've used this mod in Skyrim where, the carriages that could bring you around from city to city, settlement to settlement, it allows you to go in them, and it actually, you could stay in them for the ride, or you could doze off, sleep, and you'll be there right away. And this is how it works with the ox carts, which is fucking awesome. You go in, and I can't sit here right now. What the fuck? You can sit here, and then you can either just enjoy the ride to your destination, which that's gonna take forever considering how slow these motherfuckers are. I would love an option to be like, hey, can you guys speed the fuck up, But you could either do that, or you could just doze off. And yes, it's technically still fast traveling, but it's an immersive way to fast travel. And another thing that I like is that it's not always you go directly to your destination. There's some dynamic elements in there. Like, you randomly will wake up to an enemy raid happening, and it could either just be a few goblins, or it could be a fucking field boss. I've heard people talking about how there's two field bosses. I remember in one of my first experiences of the game, I was running, trying to get away from these motherfuckers, right, with my party, and I saw an ox cart in the distance, and I just saw one of those big ass griffins. When I got really close to it, it just all of a sudden landed on it and fucking killed the Doliac or whatever the fuck that guy is. And it was like, what the fuck? And it was like crazy, because now all of a sudden, they can fucking kill the goddamn people here. So you have to kind of work to sort of draw the enemies away, or the field boss in particular, away from the ox cart, and so it doesn't destroy it. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And you know what, man? If it gets destroyed, you gotta huff it, And for me, that sounds like a bitch, but I like that dynamic element. I think that's fucking sweet. I love just the way they do traveling in this game is so goddamn good. And yeah, sometimes you need to chain settlement to settlement, right? But Hey man, it is what it is. You know, to me, it's very immersive and it's fun, and I like that. And I like the raids. I like the dynamic elements of them, and I think that's really fucking cool. And I'm just really, really happy that that exists, and that they do fast travel so well. It's the best game that I personally played that does fast travel. You know, you're not just teleporting from this to that, or you know, it's not unimmersive crap. Basically, everything feels immersive. Even using a fairy stone, there's a animation that plays when you use it to kind of ground it in the world and have it make sense, and it feels immersive like that, which is sweet. The second thing is these NPC companions, man. I have never felt so attached to NPCs. No, I felt attached to characters, right? But these random NPCs, because these guys, you know, they're not entirely unique from one another in terms of their personalities and voices. You know, they don't have a whole lot of them in the game, but it's just the time you spend with them and the amount of yapping they do. For some people that'll be incredibly annoying, but for me it actually gets me attached to these guys, hearing them so much, seeing them so much throughout my journey, to the point where I've spent like over 30 days in game with some of these companions, and then I let them go, and I'm like, shit, man, because these guys are too low level, I can't use them anymore, you know, because they're sucking now. But it's like, god damn, I'm gonna miss this motherfucker, you know. And luckily you can add them to your favorites, and come back later on and hope they're a higher level. But yeah, man, it sucks because you know you get so acquainted to a party, and then guess what? The NPCs even mention that when you get to a certain point, they're like, you know, I've really grown accustomed to you guys, and it's cool. Is it video gamey? Yes, you're going to be hearing dialogue, the same kind of dialogue a lot. You know, they're not going to be talking as frequently as I would like, at, you know, when you're resting at a campsite. But it is a video game. It's not fucking real life, you know. So there's going to be some elements about it that are kind of meh. But overall, man, the fact that I feel that way about these random NPCs that I've traveled with, they're not any like specific character that's been tailored to be a specific way and been written a specific way. They're just random NPCs. And I have never felt so attached to these random fucking NPCs in a video game in my entire life. And to me, they just do it so fucking well. And the main pawn especially is amazing because you can customize it to your heart's fucking content. The commands are simple but effective, and they work. For fuck's sake, they actually work, which is amazing. You know, so, and they also have multiple uses. So go, as you can see, this companion here, this is an amazing thing because companions aren't just these surface level NPCs that fight for you and that's it. They can actually guide you to places based off of their experiences in other worlds, right? So, like Uki, I think his name is the mage here, the Beastman mage. He's done this quest that I'm on, so he already knows where to go. So he could lead me to there. So I'm not having to look on my mini map, you know, more to go on my map. I just follow him, and I'm immersed in the world, and I'm you know, and it's fun because you're not doing like an escort quest because he keeps up with your speed. You know, he goes fast. You know, you don't feel like you're doing if you played Guild Wars 2 like a escort Dolyak event or something on there. You know, if it's fun. It's a fun escort. Not that kind of escort. A video game escort, which I suppose could also be okay. Anyway, so. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's fucking sweet they have that, and then it's also not just limited to quests. It's just items out in the world, right? So like my master, you know, there's a treasure chest that way. If I could take you to it, and all you have to do is look at the guy who's telling you it. So let's say Lady right here is telling me it. I just have to press go on him, and they'll take me to that location. Even if I'm already having someone lead me somewhere, it'll automatically prioritize them. And I've gone in battle for, you know, 10, 15 minutes, and then when I'm out of battle, it's still prioritizing them. The NPC is still remembering where that location is. I don't have to be like, oh, I got in a boss. I don't have to be pissed off when I'm going somewhere and all of a sudden I get in a boss fight because, oh shit, now the NPC's not going to lead me there after the fight. God damn it. You know, and that just little things like that make this game so much fucking better, man. Just so much more enjoyable to explore. And yeah, there's some stuff people don't like. You know, the quest design is a little basic. Do I give a fuck? No, I'm a big MMO player. Obviously, I don't give a flying fuck. Another cool thing is that NPCs will actually sort of point out locations of you know, secret items, right? So I have an exclamation mark here, which means there's, you know, some sort of item right here. It's sort of supposed to be like a, you know, secret or collectible or whatever the fuck. And the NPCs will be like, oh shit, something's over there, and I like that because you don't. The world is so ridiculously detailed. This is something with every, like, a lot of these kind of games that I play that I have an issue with. They expect you to find these hidden secrets in this world that is just so unbelievably detailed, and I find myself straining my fucking eyes from like constantly paying super close attention to every fucking thing. And I like that, because it still feels like I have to seek it out, and I don't know what the fuck it is most of the time, because I'm kind of tuning out from what people are saying. But in this case, it's a writing, just a little bit of shit there, which is cool. But yeah, I think those are kind of the things I wanted to talk about here, and kind of give some love to this game that hasn't really been getting too much love because of some actual crap with it. But if you can manage to play the game and bypass that, and yeah, I think some people will be incredibly annoyed by the amount of yapping these NPCs do. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. It's a video game. I fully expect that kind of thing going in with NPC companions who talk, who can conversate. I totally every 100% of the time in every game that I play expect constant repeated dialogue because that's just how it is, man. Especially when you have so much different kind of voice actors they use for these guys. Like that's just how it's gonna be. Unless if you want to record just fucking millions of lines or something, then that's just how it is. It's a fucking video game, It's not like in real life. It's not that dynamic, at least yet. Maybe AI will help with that, but that's a whole discussion in itself with lots of contention behind it. So I probably shouldn't even have said that because I feel like now this is gonna, I didn't even give it an opinion about it either. I don't know. I think I'm thinking of the internet being too much like Twitter, even though a lot of the internet's not like Twitter, and Twitter's just crazy because you just like could just say one thing and then people will just twist it and get another thing out of it. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm fucking tired of shit. Anyway, that's the video. Peace.